Crimson Echoes. In the depths of Redwood Hollow, a small town cradled by foreboding woods, the air was thick with the scent of iron and pine. It was a place forgotten by time, where the residents kept to themselves, harboring secrets darker than the shadows at midnight. At the heart of its mystery was the Whitmore estate, an imposing Victorian mansion that had witnessed a century of whispered scandals and unspeakable crimes. The story begins on a crisp autumn evening. The leaves, painted with the brush of fall, rustled ominously as Detective Lara Hughes drove through the winding roads leading to Redwood Hollow. She was a seasoned detective from the city, known for her sharp intuition and unyielding resolve. Her latest case, however, promised to test the limits of her experience. 3 murders in 3 weeks, each more brutal than the last, and all of them leading back to the Whitmore estate. As Lara stepped into the local inn, she felt dozens of eyes sizing her up, their gazes as sharp as the chill in the air. The innkeeper, a wiry man with eyes too knowing, handed her the keys with a grave look. "Be careful, detective. Some truths in Redwood Hollow are best left undiscovered." Ignoring his ominous words, Lara set out at dawn. The estate loomed ahead, its turrets piercing the fog like fingers clutching at the sky. The front door swung open with a creak, revealing the grandeur and decay of the once magnificent home. Inside, every step echoed through the halls, mingling with the whispers of the past. The first murder scene was in the library. The victim, a local historian named Charles Benton, lay sprawled across the floor, his body a canvas of violence. The scene was meticulously staged, an open book beside him, its pages stained with blood. The second victim was found in the dining room. Elizabeth Crane, a descendant of the Whitmore family, was discovered with a chandelier chain wrapped tightly around her neck. The opulence of the room contrasted sharply with the brutality of the act, her eyes wide open in a silent scream. The third and most recent victim was the young groundskeeper, Peter Lowell, found in the conservatory. His body was among the exotic plants he tended, his life drained out as violently as the others. A set of pruning shears lay beside him, the blades shiny with blood. Lara walked the crime scenes, her mind racing. The murders were connected, not just by location, but by an intricate web of relationships and history. She delved into the town archives, piecing together a tale of betrayal, vengeance, and a cursed inheritance. The original Whitmore patriarch, Albert Whitmore, had been a ruthless man, his fortune built on the backs of those he'd crushed along his path to wealth. His descendants carried the burden of his sins, each generation meeting untimely and often violent ends. The estate seemed to echo with their torment, the walls whispering secrets of the past. As Lara interviewed the townsfolk, she found them reluctant to speak. Fear clung to them like the fog to the trees. But through hushed tones and sidelong glances, she learned of an old legend, the ghost of Redwood Hollow. It was said to be the spirit of Albert Whitmore himself, cursed to wander the estate, ensuring no heir would live long enough to enjoy his blood-soaked riches. Undeterred, Lara continued her investigation, each clue leading her deeper into the labyrinth of the past. One night, while poring over old letters and photographs in the estate's attic, she stumbled upon a hidden compartment in Albert Whitmore's desk. Inside, she found a diary. Its entries revealed a man tormented by guilt and paranoia. The diary detailed Albert's belief in the curse and his fear that it would claim his children. He wrote of the measures he took to protect them, rituals and pacts with shadowy figures. But it was all for naught. One by one, his family fell to tragedy, each death more horrific than the last. Laura's discovery was interrupted by a sound, a soft footstep. She turned, flashlight piercing the darkness, and her heart skipped a beat. Standing before her was a figure, draped in the shadows. It was Tom Whitmore, the last surviving member of the Whitmore lineage. His eyes, wild with fear and desperation, met hers. "You shouldn't have come here," he whispered, his voice trembling. "It's real. All of it. The curse, my ancestors' sins, they're all real." Tom revealed his own role in the recent murders. Driven mad by the weight of his heritage, he believed that by recreating the past, he could end the curse. Each victim represented a player in the original Whitmore tragedy, their deaths a misguided attempt to rewrite history. As Tom confessed, the estate seemed to sigh, the air shifting as if a weight had been lifted. Lara arrested him, her heart heavy. The town of Redwood Hollow would never be the same, its scars too deep to ever fully heal. The story closed with Lara driving away from the Whitmore estate, the sun rising over the horizon, casting long shadows that seemed to whisper of the past. Redwood Hollow, a place where history bled into the present, would forever hold its ghosts, just as the earth held the crimson echoes of its fallen.